Hello guys and girls, welcome back, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about this guy right over here, Andy Frisella, and the 10 things that I learned from here. Now, before I'm going to do that, I want to share my gratitude to you for subscribing to the channel, for liking the video, for commenting on the videos, and you haven't subscribed on the channel? Well, you have there a button for you to do that, don't worry. And now let's start the video. Now back to Andy Frisella. Andy Frisella is the CEO of a supplement company, has I don't know how many cars, and pretty nice cars may I add. He's a well-known speaker. He had the number one podcast in the world in the business section, and that wasn't from the beginning. In the beginning, he was living in the back of his shop. He was sleeping on a sticky mattress. He had a few jobs on a side just to be able to pay the bills. But now he has a net worth of over 100 million US dollars. Let's start talking about the 10 things that I learned from Andy. And the first thing is sacrifice. As you heard me before, in the beginning, Andy needed to have multiple jobs in order for him just to sustain his business. He was living in the back part of the shop. He was sleeping on a dirty mattress just to be able to pay the bills and to sustain the business. Most likely it's going to be also hard for you. It's going to be hard for you to see your friends that are going partying, your friends that are just going on vacations, your friends that are buying fancy things while in the same time you are working, you are sacrificing your time in order for you to be able to reach your goal, and that is going to happen. You're going to need to do that. You're not going to need to give something in order for you to get something. In your life, there is going to come a moment when you are going to have to choose, just like Grant Cardone said, pay the price today so you can pay any price tomorrow, or you can have just a normal life. You decide. It's your life. Number two, find your own path. Everybody's going to say to you what you need to do, especially your parents. But sometimes you sense that that is not the right thing for you to do. You sense that not the right path on which you should go. You sense that you are destined to do something else. That you are destined to become something else, and you should do that. That's the advice, the opinion of Andy, and I think that he is right. Everybody needs to find their own path, not go on the path of somebody else. Now, maybe you are thinking and telling yourself that you don't know what is your own path. That actually is great news. It's great news because if that is the case, you are in the most wonderful place that you can be. You are in the place where you can try different things. You can dabble in one thing and then go to a different thing. You can try multiple things until you're going to be able to find the thing that you like, and you are going to be able to find your own path. Number three, take a leap of faith. Most likely, if you are an entrepreneur, or if you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, you are going to need to take a leap of faith. Just look at Andy and his partner that started a supplement store. They were barely surviving in the first years. They were laughed at by their friends that they their friends thought that they are stupid for trying to have a supplement store. But Andy and his partner stayed on their path. They took a leap of faith on them, on their dream, and now they are in a very wonderful place. And that is what you also should do, to take a leap of faith. Number 4, have the right attitude. Having the right attitude in life is going to make or break you. You're going to have good moments and bad moments, and the way that you're going to react to the bad moments are going to have a huge impact in your life. Let's say you got the news that you got fired. Do you see this news as the best thing that could have happened to you, or you see this news as the worst thing that could have happened to you? If you're going to be able to see this thing as the best thing that could have happened to you, you're going to be able to get past this drawback, past this obstacle sooner and faster. And you are going to be able to get to the solution of this problem sooner. Number 5, learn from losing. Nobody likes losing, but the best teachers that you can have in life are your failures. And the best thing that can happen to you sometimes is for you to fail at something, to lose at something, because the pain that you're going to experience in that moment, the struggle that you're going to experience in that moment, is going to help you go to the next level. It's going to help you reach the next phase of your life, and is going to help you improve yourself. Number 6, stop blaming others. Below and this picture right over here, I have this quote from him. Now what? Are you going to run and cry like a little bitch and blame everyone? Or are you going to take a deep breath, think, act, and move forward? It is easy for you to blame everybody else for your mistakes, for everything that happens to you. But guess what? If something happens to you, good or bad, it doesn't matter, it's your fault. It's not your parents' fault, it's not your teacher's fault, it's not the economy's fault, it's not the politics' fault, it is your fault. And that it's very good, because if it's your fault, you can change it. Number 7, stop living in the past. A lot of people are not living a happy life because they blame something that happened to them in the past. Something bad happened to them in the past, and that they blame that thing for their current state. Because she or he left me, I cannot live or I cannot love anybody else. Or it can be the opposite. Something good happened to them in the past. I was the team's captain and in high school, and everything was great. Everybody loved me. It was the best period of my life, and I cannot top that experience. Either way, it doesn't matter if it was good, if it was bad, it's behind you. I'm not saying to you that you shouldn't consider them. At the end of the day, you are the person that you are because of your past. What I'm saying to you is for you to stop dwelling on the past, for you to stop living in the past, and to start living in the present. Number 8, do more. In his company, Andy tries to instill the attitude in his employees to do more. I remember from one of his podcasts, he was telling a story about how a guy came to his one of his stores and asked the guy that was at the counter for tires, if he knows where he can get some tires. Now, Andy's stores are a supplement kind of store, right? You're not going to find any tires there. The employee could have said exactly that we are not selling tires here. But what did the employee do? The employee started to search the internet for some tires where the customer could found some tires, and after that, after he found a good shop for him, he made an appointment for that customer to go and buy some tires. And that customer didn't even buy one single thing from Andy's stores. He just said thank you and left. But what did he do after that? He put a video online about that experience and about the fact that the guys from the supplement store did go beyond any expectations of his. Now, you could say that all of that was arranged. And maybe, yeah, maybe it's true. Me personally, I don't believe it. I believe that this story is a true story. I heard this story in one of Andy's podcasts. You're going to find below a link to his podcasts. The podcasts are very entertaining. Andy and all his co-stars are very entertaining, and the podcasts, there is a reason why they were the number one podcast in the business section, because they have a lot of content and a lot of good advice for you to be able to implement in your life. Number 9, don't believe in luck. In Romania, there is a saying that sometimes you are the one who is making your own luck. And I think that 99% of the times that is true. For example, a guy wants to cut a tree down and he cuts that tree, and that tree lands exactly where he wanted to land. Now you can think that that was luck, that the tree landed exactly where that guy wanted, because he swung that axe at the right angle with the right force. Or it can be because the guy that was cutting the tree had perfected his cutting skills by cutting hundreds and hundreds of trees. I don't know if it's the best example with all the deforestation that is going on in the world, but I'm going to go with it. And the last thing that I learned from Andy is quit quitting. How many of you have stopped doing something the minute that that thing got hard? I know I did it. Well, stop doing that. Sometimes it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be painful. It's supposed to not work from the first try. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. But my question for you is this: even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's painful, is it worth it? If the answer is yes, it is yes, then stop quitting. I will go back to regret. Even if it's hard, even if it's painful, will you regret it in 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now? If the answer is yes, then don't quit. That's it, guys. The 10 things that I learned from Andy Frisella. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that it had bring you some value. In the description box, you're going to find Andy Frisella's social media accounts. Please go check him out. His content is very real. He's a guy that is going to apply some tough love to you, but he has good intentions. Check him out, and until next time, don't forget, you're amazing. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. Leave in the comment section below, what are you willing to sacrifice for your dream?